Welcome back to the show. Well, once again, another year came and went, and a pretty terrible year it was for everybody. But that's all coming to an end.
Yeah.
Now, as you might have noticed with my nasally voice, feeling a little bit under the weather. I kind of feel like... But that's not gonna stop me from making one last review for 2021, god damn it. And I figured, might as well review a New Year themed horror movie, right? Therefore, get ready for a lizard man, magic tricks, sexy underwear, and much more. Because today on Horror Culture, we're watching...
Terror Train.
Terror Train came out in 1980, or as I like to call it, the year of Halloween ripoffs. Sure, 1979 had some stuff like Tourist Trap or The Driller Killer, bearing some resemblance to slasher films. Man. But 1980 is really where things kicked off. In the same year, we got Prom Night, Friday the 13th, and of course Terror Train, two of these starring Halloween star Jamie Lee Curtis, just to make sure there's no doubt as to what they're copying. In fact, producer Daniel Grodnick, who also produced my favorite movie of all time, The Fanatic,
I can't talk too long, I gotta poo,
literally said his story idea was Halloween, but on a train. So this was actually Jamie Lee Curtis's last appearance as a scream queen in an original 80s slasher film. Except for Halloween 2, but that was a sequel. Before that, of course, she was most famous for her role as Laurie Strode. But then she pumped out movies like Arnold Pumped Iron.
So I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific, right?
What? Starring in 3 goddamn horror movies in the same year. Therefore, Jamie Lee Curtis's final girl career was admirable, but short-lived. But then, after her phase of making yogurt commercials and Freaky Friday, she's back. Anyways, she was the selling point of the movie, along with American magician David Copperfield in his first appearance in a movie. He makes magic tricks for like half the movie's runtime. And finally, there's Ben Johnson.
My God.
A veteran actor known for his westerns. Kind of a weird mix of famous people, but here they are together. So fresh off their success with this little thing called Star Wars, 20th Century Fox purchased the rights to distribute the film in an attempt to jump on the slasher hype train. They were going nuts, spending $5 million on advertising alone, certain they would make a big hit. But the film barely made its money back, it wasn't very popular, and as always, Siskel and Ebert shat on it like this guy shits enchiladas.
Our next movie is an exercise in gruesome stupidity.
Looking back on it though, does Terror Train hold up? Is it just a Halloween clone, or is it something more? Most importantly, is there any terror in said train? Let's find out. Similar to 1981's The Burning, Terror Train starts with a prank gone wrong, and it's a fucking weird one at that. It's New Year's Eve, there's a med school frat party, and these guys tell Kenny over here that Elena, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, is waiting for him to park his car in her garage, if you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead, go have sex. This isn't weird at all. But after Kenny shows us his revealing underwear, to the sound of Elena's sweet talk,
this is my first time too.
He jumps in, ready for some action, as depicted here on his flirtatious face. But the seductive grin quickly turns into a look of terror, with screams that sound like a chainsaw failing to start. Anyhow, Kenny then gets all tangled up while flexing his sick dance moves. It's all in the hips, baby. And then, as the frat boys show up laughing at him, Kenny somehow turns into the Thing. Honestly, this opening is rather weak. First, it took me a minute to understand what the hell was happening. The pranksters tell Kenny about Elena, but we barely see her in the crowd, and we don't really know why there's a prank to begin with.
Elena? Hello, Kenny.
In The Burning, we at least knew that it was out of revenge, and it led to a sweet-ass fire stunt. But here, why would these med students steal body parts from a cadaver and set up this elaborate scheme as a prank? I mean, the fake hand trick works just fine here. And why did Elena stare at the scene instead of running to help Kenny? Who, by the way, was then sent to a psychiatric hospital because this fucking scarred him psychologically for life? Anyways, 3 years later, it's New Year's Eve again. The same frat guys are now graduating, and therefore, they're throwing a party. Guess where it takes place? I'll give you a hint. It's on a train.
Did you say all aboard? That's ridiculous! They can't be bored! I haven't even started!
Oh boy, and I thought my jokes were terrible. Well, there is justice after all. No such terrible joke should go unpunished. So the prankster becomes the prankstee. He's dead, is my point. Boy, I hope the seats are comfortable, because what follows is a snooze fest. The college kids talk about college stuff, the train guys talk about train stuff.
When's the last time somebody built a shopping mall next to a train station? Think about it.
I don't wanna. And although the party feels genuine, like these people are really having a good time and all, I can't say it's very engaging. Nice Leatherface cameo though. What does make things fun here are the kills. Well, at least the few you can actually see. Most of them are done off screen, but not for this alien lizard man.
Oh my god! No! No, no!
That must have been the most convincing piece of acting I've ever seen. That's exactly what I'd say if I was getting savagely murdered. No, no, no! Tension rises in the terror train as the train conductor finds the bloody body of this lizard man. But after warning his train pal and coming back to the crime scene, what's this? It was just a blackout drunk lizard man. No, this is actually just the killer who stole the costume so he could kill someone else.
Well, you know what they say. Cold hands, warm heart.
Yeah, you know what they also say? You're dead. Elena's boyfriend Mo also gets killed, putting an end to the bullshit teen drama that was going on. But his death is off screen, unfortunately. Sorry, Mo. Now, you might be thinking, that's fun and all, but what the hell happens in between the killing scenes? Surely they can't just be talking about trains for 50 minutes, right?
She's really beautiful, that old engine.
Oh, you bet you're right. The filler scenes aren't focused on the main characters to flesh out their motivations, arcs, inner conflicts, etc. No. The rest of the movie is one big magic show. You're basically getting a 30 to 40 minute David Copperfield spectacle intertwined with bad teen melodrama and some bloody murders. It's kind of a weird fucking mix, huh? Copperfield's presence isn't just filler though. Mostly it is, yeah, a lot. But he's also the main red herring of the movie. After all, he's a hired magician for the night, but nobody hired a magician.
We didn't hire a magician.
Suspicious. In completely unrelated news, the magician's assistant has surprisingly muscly arms and a thick neck. Elena, along with the fake hand prankster from the beginning, find out people are dead, and they quickly put 2 and 2 together. Everybody who took part in the horrifying prank that put Kenny in a hospital are the ones targeted by the killer, except for some of the train guys, I guess.
You must have got them both.
Sure, why not? And what's more, Kenny had mental health problems and accidentally killed someone when he was younger.
Now, they said it might have been an accident, but he killed somebody.
So, you know, not the most stable guy. Thank God the train has stopped and everybody's now grouped up outside. Whew, everybody's safe. Close one, huh?
Come on.
No.
Wait. What? Wait. No. What are you doing, you stupid fuck? I guess this guy doesn't just pull shitty pranks out of his coat, but also shitty ideas out of his ass. So they're still investigating the murder mystery, and they find out that Kenny was a fan of magic. And therefore, the magician must be the killer. Makes sense. He went from looking like this to this.
That makes sense to me.
No, you guys are stupid. The magician's dead. And soon enough, the dumb prankster will be too.
Mitchie.
You could just turn around and make sure it's not the killer. You could do that. Oh well. At least he got decapitated, but the fake head looks fucking fake. Of course, the only black guy dies, and then you know it, it's time for the final girl chase scene. For all the shit I've given this movie, I'll admit that it is competent in many ways, most notably at building tension. The scene where Jamie Lee Curtis locks herself in this cage thing while the killer breaks the lights and tries to get in is genuinely unnerving. But it's now time for the final reveal.
Jesus, I don't know who it is anymore. No!
Oh my god. Surprise for absolutely no one. It was the magician's assistant all along. Okay, sure, at first I didn't know how things were gonna play out, but then we'd learn out of the blue that Kenny loved magic, and then the killer appears wearing nail polish. It doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. Oh well, Elena's now trapped here with Kenny and forced to kiss him, and then... fuck is happening? I wonder how Elena's gonna manage to defeat him. Oh. Well, that was easy. I guess it's over. I guess the movie's over. In comparison, the last time we see Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween, she's a broken mess. She's incapable of coping with what just happened. She just faced the boogeyman and lost all her friends. She now has to deal with that for the rest of her life. Now, the last time we see Jamie Lee Curtis in Terror Train, she's kinda holding a pipe, a hand on her neck, with a confused face, and that's it, she's out of the movie. What a weird ending. I didn't hate Terror Train at all. I think there's plenty of good things about it, but it also has many flaws. At its core, it's a basic slasher flick inspired by Halloween, but it has a certain special weirdness to it that sets it apart from others. Only problem is, it's boring. The characters are not only uninteresting, but most of them are annoying and mean. And as Mr. Ebert would put it,
everybody in the movie is stupid and they're also either dead or covered in blood.
Since the kill scenes are scarce and mostly done off screen, that leaves us with a lot of filler that really doesn't bring much to the story. Sure, the same could be said with Halloween. Most of that movie is just Michael staring at people, but Halloween is a filmmaking marvel. It's gorgeous and creepy, the music is incredible, the main characters are genuine, you care for them, and there's Loomis playing a game of cat and mouse trying to kill his patient. It gets under your skin. It's a great movie. Here, the tension is present, there's good atmosphere and a sense of claustrophobia, there's a murder mystery, but none of that is enough to carry the film. All of these things are like little pieces of pie at a buffet. They're tasty, but I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Point is, we don't care about anyone, nor about anything. Even Jamie Lee Curtis herself, the Golden Scream Queen, couldn't save Terror Train. She does fine in the role of Elena, but at no point do you get to know her. At no point do you get to empathize with her or care about who she is. There's no reason for her to be the protagonist. The only two characters I slightly cared about are the train conductor and the magician. These guys seem nice. The one thing that kept me intrigued in Terror Train was the murder mystery aspect. Of course, the movie kinda tells you who the killer is right from the start. There's just not a ton of suspects, but I was intrigued as to how he was gonna be revealed. Unfortunately, they blew their load too soon by revealing hints that were way too goddamn obvious. Moving on to the positive side of things though, Halloween on a Train is a kick-ass idea. It's such a great pitch for a slasher film. In the train, people can't just run away, they're trapped in there with a killer. The space is limited, it's claustrophobic, and the murderer could be anywhere at any time. That's what Terror Train did well. The killer adopts many personas, always passing by without anyone noticing, and that in itself is a scary idea. This poor girl couldn't know that this wasn't a real lizard man, man, but in fact a bloodthirsty psychopath, I would have tried fucking that lizard too, you know? All of this to say that Terror Train is far from being a terrible movie. I enjoyed it a lot, had fun with it, but it could have been so much more. And because of its boring filler and uninteresting characters and story, it ended up being kind of a disappointment.
Really?
Overall, if I had to summarize Terror Train, I'd say it's an okay slasher film. It's got good ideas and effective scenes clouded by inexperience and boring filler. I'm gonna give it 3 lizard men out of 5. And just like that, another year has gone by. A year that could be shortly summed up with this. The world is still on fire, and surely it will be again next year, but hey, at least we got horror movies to keep us going. I hope you have a wonderful year, and until next time, keep watching horror movies. It's good for your health. Now I'm gonna go sleep for 12 days. Bye bye.